9 is the number on West 57th Street in Manhattan in New York. And the building has big curved glass, so it's out there on city property. And the nice thing is that the owner of the building has to pay rent to the city of New York because it's on the city's property, which is the fact that he agreed to do it. And he's been paying rent for the space underneath the 9 for 11 years. Children's zoo, children's blocks in St. Louis. And the nicest thing I did was in doing research, was to find out that one of the problems of children's zoos is what do you do for fathers who take their children to the zoo? One thing they do is take photographs to send to their friends. So there's nothing better than to have their children put their head in the lion's mane and take photos. And that was a big success. Mobile Oil does a lot of posters. I've done posters for their mobile showcase, and it's called, I did it for 20 years, and they're where you stop for the buses. And this is from a cover, but I like it very much because it's been done a lot now, but this was done 35 years ago, and it still looks really great, I think. Another mobile poster of the years of Winston Churchill between the wars, and to bury Winston Churchill in the cigar smoke was the idea of it. I don't know if you know, but the Guggenheim is a museum that Frank Lloyd Wright designed, and it's this shape, and Mobile paid to keep it open. So I made mention to you that I like to collect garbage and junk, and so I have lots of old gloves, because workers, if they lose one glove, they throw away the other one, and they're always around construction sites. This is University of California in Los Angeles. I did a lot of work for them for their summer sessions, and this is using all the kinds of graphic collecting. Another summer of making a multicolored brush and with the shadow of a palm tree and pencils glowing out of the pot. They allowed me to do whatever I wanted. It was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. And then Domus, the Italian magazine, gave me the honor of doing 2 issues, one at the end of the 20th century, and it was December, in which I made an assembly of the great artists of the 20th century, and then in the next issue of January of this century, I dealt with all the problems that humans face, of overpopulation and endless destruction of our environment and that kind of thing. So I made a real contrast between the successes of the past and the problems of the future. This is not so long ago, but it's still a little while. It is in honor of a great Japanese designer, Iko Tanaka, and he made this G for the Ginza Graphic Gallery, and he died not so long ago. selected because of the nuclear blast and its similarity to the brain. And then I did a lot of collages for the Israeli discount bank in Israel, and I asked them to send me all of their stuff, and I tore it into little pieces and made these portraits of different kinds of characters out of everything that they sent me. And this I show you not because I think it's a great illustration, but because this little elephant I made as a symbol of the Big Apple Circus. It's a little circus in New York, very little. But because I made this little elephant juggle the letters of this Big Apple Circus, they bought a baby elephant. And the next year, it was about cowboys and Indians. And so I put the elephant on the little buffalo, and the circus bought a baby buffalo. And I thought, that's pretty good if you can do graphic design and people buy elephants and bison. It's pretty rare that anything happens in that way. This was a peace poster about Hiroshima. And my wife was extremely upset with me because I expressed the fragility of the world by breaking one of her favorite plates. It took a long time for her to forgive me for that crime. You probably don't even recognize this, but this is a long playing record. We don't have them anymore, right? There's no records anymore. But this I always enjoyed because I was trying to make something for this whose own children are twice the age of her at this time. So she's 50 years old now, and she has 2 grown children. I had a great privilege of doing every month covers for this journal about the environment. 2 years lasted. This was about wetlands and how they're disappearing in California, and the shrinking world, and the global thing. This is just 3 examples out of 24. And you probably are not old enough to remember there was a tremendous oil spill in Alaska, and this is a piece of the map where in Alaska they have an oil spill. That's what that's all about. And this is from another mobile poster about a great person called Jacob Bronowski. This is a collage I made with that. Another mobile poster, which I did on the back of an envelope while waiting for an airplane in Denver, Colorado. And while I was a part of the Aspen Design Conference for many, many years, there was one conference about places that have new languages. So I made this poster about the 3-letter codes that are used for baggage. And I collected all these baggage tags at the airport. And this is an illustration about shrinking manufacturing and making leaner production.